Hello, welcome to Camel Creek in Cornwall, or formerly Creeley, Cornwall. So this is, I've just been to Springfield, which is really nice, and now I'm here at the second park of the day because the only way to do them was really to do both in the same day. But I've got like 6 hours as if it's a normal day here essentially. But yeah, so this is probably the biggest park I've been to so far on this trip. And I'm going to start off with the ride on Morgar, which is the powered dragon coaster that they've got, which formerly was at Camelot, and then it did go somewhere else. It was on a pier, and then it got fully refurbished by Garmondale, which isn't, they're more of a dart ride and track ride manufacturer. They basically made Gangster Granny, and they also did the new track for Get Set Go last year at Alton Towers. They did the refurbishment on this. I'll have to look up who was the original manufacturer of it. But yeah, so it was at Camelot as an indoor coaster, and then it moved, I think it moved outdoors at Camelot, and then it got relocated a couple of times. So this is the signature attraction here, the signature coaster, and even when they had Airbender, which was a little Zyklon, this was still the most unique. They have got a couple of other coasters which both came from the UK parks, and they've got some other like flat rides and a water ride. They have got 2 water rides, but the log flume's closed today, which is a shame. At least there's one at Creeley, and at least there's all the coasters and the 5D cinema, as if I don't know what a 5D cinema really is compared to a 4D cinema, but at least they're all open so I can get the creds. And obviously this was the main thing here anyway. So yeah, I've basically just a circle around the park. There's not loads, but I think with re-rides it shouldn't be too bad, because there's flat rides, there's a water slide that is open. So yeah, but I'm going to start off on Morgar. I don't know what the queue will be like, but I don't know if the rides are actually that busy, or if there's just, because by the other dragon coaster there was a big crowd, but I don't know how many of those were actually queuing for the ride, because there is a lot of like play areas around there. So yeah.
When you get down there, just move to the middle. Are you ready?
Yeah. There we go. Straight down. Here we go. my first coaster, and that was the last time I did one in 2012. I don't know how many laps it's going to be, probably 2. Clown will probably be more though. Yeah, this bit, after it was a train, and it went to hailing for a bit, hailing on. And then it was replaced by Spinosaurus. It's a bit of a level up from the Caterpillar, isn't it, this? Here we go, near the back as well. Whee! Here we go. Whee! Oh! Oh! Yay! 3 laps! Yeah, where that crazy golfers, they used to have a Zyklon. That's where that was, opposite this. Whereas Stourport does. Oh, that was good. Here we go. Look at the drum, it's still got the drum. Yeah, the front row. I love the lift hill, just one drive tyre. Hey! I don't know how many laps it's going to be. It's really smooth though. Yeah. I mean, second Pinfari of the day as well. Yeah, these are the smoothest Pinfaris out there, apart from that jolt. Here we go. Hey. Oh, I missed that. Whee. Yeah, I'm glad it's still got the drum. I mean, there's not as many clowns as Caterpillars anyway, so. There we go. It's not what people used to do on the Grand Nash. There's something about these junior coasters. Hey. Is that 4 or 5? Oh. Having gone that drop down was better than cranky, I tell you. Those pedal brakes. I love that. Charming.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah. Zamperla drop tower, but it's a proper one. It's not like the Thomasland one that's only goes halfway up now. And then the one at Butlin Skegness has been removed, I think, because it was broken for about 2 years. So, wait, oh, it's got this. These are like a mini version of the Sky Drops, like the Great Yarmouth one. I mean, the restraints are massive for like a family ride. You think about the restraints on Hyperia and then the restraints on this. I mean, there's the little Zamperla drop towers over there, the little tree ones. It's probably not that much less intense than this. Yeah, they're making sure to get this filled up, which is good. Hey, oh. I've noticed a few of these, like, there was one at Watermouth Castle, the water balloons. I seem to like them round here. There we go. Here we go. Yeah, it's a Zamperla one. It's a proper, like, I mean, the Great Yarmouth one's Zamperla as well. That's probably why they feel similar. This is just like a more tame version of the. Oh. Yeah, the one at Thomas London, he goes about halfway. It's embarrassing. I'm sure it used to go at least a bit further up. I mean, the Moser ones are probably the best. The SBF ones can be a bit hit or miss. Hey, that was a full drop. There we go.
Everyone's waiting for us. We're going to go on the track. We're going to go on the track.
Yeah, I know.
No, that's better than that.
Okay, are we ready? I said, are we ready? Okay, please keep your hands to yourself, hold on tight and enjoy.
This is a bit of Creeley that's still left in the park. Because if you see the one at the entrance to Creeley, it looks exactly the same still. And they only sold the park. Oh, someone's lost a croc. It's in the ride area. Yeah, secure your loose articles. Yeah, they sold the park 11 years ago, 2015, and it was actually owned by John Broome. It says on RCDB from 1990, or before 1990, so surely that means it would have only been for a year, I don't know. But he was the founder of Alton Towers. This place was actually owned by Tussauds at one point, so I'm glad that Merlin never. Oh my God. I'm glad that Merlin never ended up taking this on. You know, it was obviously gone from Tussauds lineup when Merlin bought them. They definitely, yeah, they definitely dodged a bullet with that one, I think. I mean, it would have ended up like Chessington, I think, but yeah, I don't know. It's better the way it is, I think. Merlin's running himself into the ground, you know. I still don't think they're the best company to run the parks, even if the parks are improving. They're still making a lot of mistakes, and they've already made too many mistakes for me to think they've got a good reputation. Yeah, this isn't as that forceful, really. Yeah. I have to do the 4D cinema again. I have to do the 4D cinema, well, 5D cinema dark ride here. It was alright. I like the moving pods that it's got. I mean, it doesn't really need to have a theme, really. I mean, the queue's kind of space themed, but it's quite generic, really. It's like the one at Robin Hill, which was great, and then seemingly got scrapped because they're turning it into a soft play area. Black Gang Chine never had the ride hardware for it, so that's a shame. Still got quite a big queue. Yeah, on the pony track because they allow adults on this one. Some of them you don't. It's although to be fair, it's only the Gulliver's ones. And I don't know if there's actually any difference with the ride hardware, or if it's just the rule of the park. But I think it's just Rother Valley and Milton Keynes that have got one. Yeah, there's not really much theming, but it's still better than the Drayton Manor one because that's just... There's no landscaping, it's just barren. I think it's got onboard audio. I don't know if this one's on there, but it was like the Drayton Manor one where it's got like the horse sound. Yeah, there's a bit of rock work, you know. It's the best one's the one at Wicksteed because it's themed to like a horse race. So you've got like, you know, at either side of the track there's like hurdles that it looks like you're jumping over. Yeah, I think this is the last ride I need to do before re-rides. I'm going to do Morgar again first. I'd say that's probably the highlight, although I did really like the Magic Dragon. It's quite a decent family coaster, that. Obviously the Clown's just, you know, for really young kids, but you can get the cred, unlike Fantasy Islands, really small kids coaster that yeah, they put roofs on there just to attack enthusiasts. I'm gonna say, because it didn't used to have roofs on it, and I imagine adults were allowed on it then because, you know, they would have fit on it. It's got the same trains as like Spook Express, the Dragon's Apprentice at Legoland. It hasn't got the same trains as the Dragon. That's got the four-seater cars. Some of the horses seem to be struggling a little bit. This one's alright. Maybe if you've got like an older kid, you should probably go on your own, but then I don't know what the weight limit would be. Yeah, the station's nice. It's quite basic, but it's got, you know, the horseshoes. Morgar's got a really nice station building as well. Like, it's a bit of a nautical. I don't know what theme this is supposed to be really in the areas, but there's like that nautical area at the bottom. Here we go. Oh! There's more spray, I think, on this one. Is it better time? Oh! I'm facing the other way this time. I've just had a couple of re-rides on the coasters. There's not really a lot. I might do a couple of the rides in the kids area, because you've got the other little drop tower, which is another little Zamperla one, which, I don't know, it hasn't got the big seat in the middle though. There's a little boot ride. I quite like them, like a jumping kangaroos type thing, so I might do them. I haven't done anything in that kids area because it's just kids flat rides, you know, but it is a sort of example of what I think Pleasurewood Hills should do, because they've got a little kids area, and I think if they themed it to like Woodyland, I mean there's already Woody's helicopter wheel, it doesn't take a lot to re-theme it. Woodyland, you know. Yeah, I might do a couple of the little flats in there, especially the little jumping kangaroos ride, or jumping hippos as it is there. It looks like a barrel ride at first, but there is a teacups in there as well. Well, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be even that long. I don't think it's as much as Creeley, because this is kind of what Creeley was like before 2015, and then once they sold this, they started expanding a little bit more, because they were, you know, they only had one park to invest in, so it may be the best thing for both parks. Oh.
It's fine, you can stick it over there. Yeah, what if it's
Yeah, it's not huge, but I mean everything's close together, isn't it? So, you know.
I go water balloons at my house. I got my own. Oh, you need to put
Hey, that's it, I know, that's the big drop.
Ready?
Yeah. Go. Looks like a spinning ride, but it's not. Oh. It's basically just got one little track in it. I think the park might be closed. Yeah, I think the drop tower is just for kids, but that's fine. This is probably the best ride in the family area for big kids, I suppose. Whee! That's Dina, that's one of the mascots. And there's no mascot plushies here, which I'm quite surprised about. I imagine they did when it was owned by Creeley. Yeah, there's basically one little hump in the middle bit, and then these arms are on wheels, and it just rolls up there, and there we go, it drops down. And then it just bounces for the momentum for the rest of it. But yeah, you see these like most of the time, they're like kangaroo rides, but there's a little boot one local to me. Oh, that was good. Yeah, junior frog bounce essentially. I think no, there's not one at Milton Keynes, is there? It's a plane ride. that is it for Camel Creek. It's been a good day, well, sort of half day. I mean, I think if you're an adult, you probably won't end up spending the whole day here. There's just not. I think because it's more aimed at kids with the rides, it's not like Milky Way and Big Sheep where there's a lot of other stuff to do. Which a lot of the big YouTubers who go to those places don't really do a lot of the other things. It does feel like it's definitely landed well that this is the one we've kind of had a half day at. Because of Springfield's. So, yeah, even though it's one of the bigger parks, in terms of rides, it is one of the bigger ones, but it's just the fact that most of them are for kids. I did just film on the 4D because I was like, I think Sean filmed on there a while ago. It might have even been the same film because the film doesn't seem to change. The rat race. I mean, I think the Mission Impossible thing is just a name for the cinema, really. I don't know if they do ever change the film, I think it's just kind of there's different companies that make the films, really, and they just seem to have that one. But it's a good thing. I don't, because the camera ran out of storage once I'd finished. I don't know how much of that POV actually recorded. I'll have to have a check of that. But yeah, I enjoyed it more the second time. Yeah, you just kind of shrunk down and these little rat cars, and you see the big human at the end, and you're going through all these little tight spaces in a house. It's good fun. And the ride system, I think, because it's the pod ones just feel more like a ride, more like a proper experience, and just a bit more unique. I mean, it says Cornwall's only 5D cinema. There's only really 3 dart rides to do in this area of the country. What I imagine, maybe there's like a 4DX at a Cineworld nearby, and that's why they've had to call it 5D, because obviously those just have the moving seats, whereas this has got the pods. That might be why, because surely it's the only park in Cornwall that's got a 4D, and obviously it is still a 4D cinema. They're just kind of categorising it as 5D because of the different ride vehicles. But yeah, I mean, the highlight is Morgar. It's a unique powered coaster. Gives off the same vibes as, like, the Buffalo at Twin Lakes, in terms of this park feels very Twin Lakes. It feels more Twin Lakes than Gulliver's. And I think, the fact there's a powered coaster here just kind of... I know it's completely different, but the powered coaster being here kind of reminds me of Twin Lakes. The Dragon was a surprise, because I haven't done one of those for about 14 years, so to do one again, it's a lot more whippy than you think. It's not just another caterpillar. It's a lot. It's the level up. You can start on the clowns, then you go up to the caterpillars, then you go up to the magic dragons, or no, they're not super Nessie, are they? That's the capacity. You go, well, I've done a few of them. It's just a super dragon. Yeah, the clown's always good fun as well. Like the one at Wicksteed Park, and then you've got the drop tower, which is probably the best Zamperla one of that type I've done. I've done a couple of the other flat rides. The log flume was shut. That's the only downside to today. The log flume was closed. I think it's just a technical fault that can't be helped, because these things do happen. I go on about parks having bad ride availability because they have a bad reputation for rides being closed, whereas I think that's just something that happens because these things are still going to happen. It affects them more if it happens loads, but I don't think it does happen loads here. But I've done the water slide. I've done both lanes on that. And then Creeley's also got a log flume, a custom layout one, whereas this one is built in-house, but it is just the same layout as the Reversion ones. Although the drops look a little bit more handmade on it, but yeah, if I come back in the future, I'll do this place in Springfield in the same day again, I think, and I'll be able to do that. But yeah, it is a lot more rides for the kids. I'd say it's kind of halfway between Twin Lakes and Wheelgate, because Twin Lakes I could still spend a full day there. Wheelgate I was done in a few hours. This is somewhere in between, because I don't know, I think I would have probably got bored and it would have been pointless if I'd have stayed till park close. even though they've got the fireworks. That's the only thing I'm missing out, is the fireworks. But I just don't think I'd have been able to fill that time with a lot. So yeah, it hasn't felt, oh, it's done already, but then, you know, I've been able to spend a good afternoon here, but only because of Springfield's being this morning. But yeah, I probably could have spent longer here than Wheelgate, because Wheelgate ended up doing that vintage fair on the way back, because it was a bit of a last minute thing. But yeah, it's probably somewhere in between. I do think there's a lot more to do in terms of rides, so if you're here for the rides and you're an adult and that's what you're bothered about, then there's probably more to do here than Wheelgate. But it's not, there's not as much as Twin Lakes. It's the same vibe, it's just somewhere in between. But next up I'm going to Creeley, and that used to be owned by the same company as this, and that is a bigger park. I feel like that'll be a full day because it's kind of had investment. Now that's the only part they own, they can focus on it. There's a couple of new rides this year. In fact, I've probably be quite busy because they're opening an air race the day that I visit, and they've already got a new drop tower, which isn't new to me because it's actually the former Magma from Paultons Park. It doesn't have the theming anymore. Well, it does have theming, but it's different. It's not got the building at the bottom, it's just like little pirate village underneath now. But the ride hardware has survived, so that's good. And they've got 3 coasters as well, so they'll be my final 3 coasters. They haven't got any dart rides though. I wonder if they will add one in the future. But yeah, 3 coasters, and you know, 2 new flat rides, and there's a lot else to do there as well, I think. And I might spend a bit more time in like the farm areas, because I could have done the farm here and that probably would have been a bit more time. But yeah, if I come back, maybe I'll be able to do stuff like that. Yeah, and then after Creeley it's Diggerland, and that's where I'm ending the trip. So obviously I know my way around the rides at Diggerland because I've been to one before, so I'm looking forward to doing another one. It's an excuse to get back there. The Durham one was good. Such a unique little place that doesn't get much attention. Like, none of them seem to get that much attention, even if they're in areas with a lot of other attractions. But yeah, so obviously I'll be able to get on a different spin dizzy, which may feel a little bit different because obviously the rides have got different operators, so that's where I'm going to be ending this trip. But we've still got Creeley to come before then.